Hi, welcome. I'm Quanti, your virtual Quant assistant. In this course, we will learn how to set up a standalone planogram. We will go through the following topics: importing products and the product pictures. Then we will learn how to create a category for our already imported products and how to set up a standalone planogram. We will also have a look on how to insert a different fixture, and finally, we will learn how to fill the planogram with products and how to export it. If you're ready, let's get started. Importing products. First of all, I'd like to remind you to have an Excel or a CSV file with your products and the product information ready. Here you can see how the file should look like. Each product represents one line. For each product, its primary ID, its unique product code, has to always be filled in. The file should include the product dimensions, the width, the height, and the depth. Please make sure that the dimensions units are unified. In our case, all dimensions are in centimeters. You can also include an information which will help you with the categorization of the products, such as supplier, brand, product, category, etc. Once the file is ready, please follow me in the next steps. In the application of Quant, in the upper menu, open Imports and click on Product Data. A new window appears. Click on the Select File button and select the file with the products you have prepared. Once the file is uploaded, it will appear in the upper part. Now we have to assign all the properties to each column. First we will assign the primary product ID, then the name, producer, and the dimensions. Please pay extra attention here that you're assigning the width, the height, and the depth with the correct column. Double check if these matches with the information in your Excel file. For the categorization attributes, we will create our custom properties. Remember that you can always create whichever personalized property which is relevant for you to be included in the product library. You can create it by clicking on Options in the upper menu and selecting the Custom Properties Products. A new window appears where you will be able to define the name, the group, and the type of this newly created property. In our case, we have the information about 3 levels of categories. We will therefore create 3 new custom properties: Category 1, Category 2, and Category 3. Now we will assign the newly created categorization properties to the columns which include the category information. When all the attributes you want to include are assigned, you can double-check in the Import preview in the lower part, where you will be able to see the products together with the information which will be imported. Remember to select the Create New Products checkbox as well as the Set New Products for planogramming. Now you can click on the Import button. We will now double-check whether the import was successful. Click on the products on the very left, and we can see that all of our products have been created with the information which was imported. Importing product pictures. To import the product pictures, it is important that some of the product attribute is present in the name of the picture. It can be, for example, the product ID, as in our case. It can include a suffix or prefix, as Quant can ignore them and match the picture with the correct product. In the application of Quant, in the upper menu, open Imports and click on Product Images. A new window appears. Click on the Select Directory button and select the folder with the images you wish to upload. The list of the images will appear in the upper part. In the lower part, you can see the preview of the files which has been paired with the products. In our case, all of the images have been paired and will therefore be imported. On the left side, choose the default image type and the pairing attribute. In our case, the image name is matching with the primary product ID. You can also define whether there is a suffix or prefix in the image names Quant has to ignore. Once everything is set, click on Import. In the product library, we can verify that all of our images have been correctly paired with the products. Now we need to divide all products into categories. In the Categories section, you can create a category hierarchy consisting of parent categories and subcategories. Together we will learn how to create a hierarchy automatically using the data from your already uploaded product sheet. Nevertheless, it is possible to create the individual categories and hierarchy manually as well. In the application of Quant, click on Categories, then click on Create Hierarchy. A new window will appear. Here, you have to choose the attributes which will define the hierarchy level. In our case, we will choose our personalized attributes, the Category 1, Category 2, and Category 3. Click on OK and the hierarchy will be created. You can now mark all the categories and click on Generate Colors, so each category will get its own color. On the right side, you can see all the information about the categories. One of them could, for example, be the product filter, defining which products are included in the category. Setting up a standalone planogram. In the Quant application, in the menu on the left, click on Standalone Planograms and then on the New button. Well done! Now you will be redirected to the planogram editor. Setting a fixture for a planogram. Please have the dimensions of your fixture prepared. You will need to know the depth, the height and the width of the fixture as well as the number of the shelves and its heights. In the planogram editor, click on the tab Segment in the right upper corner. Here you can insert the dimensions of your fixture. Let's say our fixture in the store looks like this. We will need to first adjust the number of the shelves, then the height of the shelves. Then we will adjust the width of the fixture. Now let's set a category for the fixture so the correct products can be inserted. In the lower part, click on Category, or simply press the button K on your keyboard. In our case, we will choose a category Soft Drinks and Juices. If you want to add a segment, you can either add a new one by clicking on the plus button up here or duplicate the already existing one with the duplicate button. Filling the planogram with products. Now we will place the products in the fixture, shelf by shelf, until the planogram is complete. We will now fill up the planogram with products. You can choose to group the products by any attribute. Mark all the products you want to place in the first shelf by holding the Shift and pressing the arrow down on your keyboard. Once they are all marked, press P button on your keyboard and click in the first shelf in the planogram template to insert the products, then press Escape on your keyboard. Repeat this for each of the shelves. Now we have all the products in our planogram. Mark all the products and click on the tab Component. We can adjust the number of the products being placed next to each other, behind each other, and on the top of each other. Let's set the maximum number of the products next to each other as 3 and 2 on the top of each other. Now let's fill the second segment with products. This is how the planogram looks like. We can also project it in 3D by clicking on the icon up here. Planogram export. Great, you did it! Now you only need to export the planogram so you can share your first planogram pride. You can either simply copy it as an image, export the planogram as PDF, an Excel file, or a vector image. We can export our planogram by using these 4 buttons up here. With the first one, we simply copy the image on the planogram, which we can send, for example, by email. We can export the planogram as PDF clicking on this button. Also, we can add a public note which will appear in the PDF file. This button is to export the planogram as an Excel file. And the last button is to create a vector image. Thank you for taking Quant Standalone Planogram course. It was a pleasure having you. See you soon.